Alright, here we go. Still on those Teravail tires that I just showed you guys on the previous video. And I had to put air, they were really low. Probably helped a little bit with the climb, but you know, like I said, I've been flatting a lot. I definitely don't want to flat on these tires. Of course, they're set up tubeless, so it gets really cold right away, even though it looks really nice and sunny. As soon as it gets later in the afternoon, which right now it's about 4 o'clock, then it gets really cold. So, big group of guys that were here for the, oh my God, please stop, that mud went right in my eye. I don't know how it manages to get under my glasses and go right in my eye, but it did. So anyway, I guess that's a reason for having goggles, huh? As you can see, the tires are hooking up really well. These tires, for being as low tread design as they are, they hook up really well. This part right here anyways is perfect traction because it's so hard packed. It has a lot of braking bumps because of all the people, all the traffic coming through and got a little bit off the trail there. Oh. That's my heart rate monitor. I'll make a video about the heart rate monitor and the heart rate monitor apps I use. Really, it's one. I'm going to be changing it up pretty soon just because I can't even get a polar watch to, I guess, not just function properly, but then I can't even get any response from the polar people about issues with it. And I've been with Polar a long time, and I like the fact that they're real fitness heart rate monitor watches that just evolved into having GPS and some of these more advanced features. But then they tried to become another smartwatch. And let's face it, smartwatches are not sport watches. Smartwatches are basically like having your iPhone on your wrist, or having that Dick Tracy effect where you can look at all your stuff on your wrist. You guys know what I mean about Dick Tracy. I wasn't even around then, but I know the reference. yeah, these tires feel great for this trail. They're a little bit more slippery. Of course, everything feels slippery after riding those big, chunky Pond Stomp. Those used to be the chunkiest, most frequently used tires way back in the day. And then everybody went to something else, and now the world is dominated with the Maxxis DHR and DHF and some of the other Maxxis tires, the Aggressor, and you know what? I think Maxxis tires are great. I've used a couple of them before, but they definitely don't have that ballooned out high volume that the Schwalbe started, and even the old Continentals were really nice and high volume. And then, of course, these Teravails, they were made. I think the reason I stumbled onto them was because they were touted as the tire for guys like me that want to run with wider rims and have a high volume tire that goes with your tire. Jeez. Maybe I shouldn't talk in some of those sections. Like I said, these tires, they roll fast and they do great on this trail, on especially this hard pack stuff. But when you get to the looser stuff, or when you get into the situations where you really need to brake and kind of modulate over stuff, they are not good for that. So I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's my Polar Beat app linked up to my Polar H7 heart rate monitor, and that's why it's able to give you my heart rate data. That gets linked up to my Polar Flow cloud-based, and it's also on my phone, but goes to the Polar Flow app, and then it goes to the Strava. And I'm testing out some other ones, just seeing how much I like it. I have the Strava Summit, and seeing if that's worth the extra money, and with some of the extra features, and specifically the better training analytics. I do like to see that. But I'm also testing out, there's one Edamonto or something like that by Under Armour, and that's a free month trial, so I'm trying that out, and I'm not even sure how much it costs, but you know, some of those apps are only like you know, $6 a month or something like that, or sometimes even less. And then I'm also trying out, I think it's called My Training. I have to look it up. It's I believe they're an Australian company. And it's just for personal use. I don't plan on racing. I don't plan on training other people. So I don't really care. I'm not looking at it in that respect. I've just been doing this stuff for a long time, you guys. Been mountain biking with heart rate monitors ever since, and see if any of you that ever stumbles on my channel remembers the Cat Eye HB100. And that was my first heart rate monitor cycle computer. And I used to ride with that. At the end of my ride, I had a little diary, and I would put what my max heart rate was and my average heart rate, of course, along with my mileage and everything else like that. And then that later evolved into the first polar heart rate monitor watch I got, which is the S710, and it was a little bit less expensive than, I think they had a S820 or something, which was their